Cashflow Diary Podcast, episode 351.
Welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Cashflow Diary Podcast, the podcast that teaches you insider tips, tactics, and strategies for creating leverage streams of cash flow into your life. Learn from top-performing entrepreneurs, business owners, investors, and thought leaders from across the globe as they share their secrets to success. Like what you learn on this and other Cashflow Diary podcast episodes? Go to learninvestingnow.com and sign up to receive powerful tips and information that will help you succeed as an entrepreneur and investor. Now, here's your host, investor, entrepreneur, business owner, educator, speaker, author, and master facilitator of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow game, Jay Massey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Cashflow Diary Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Massey, and I'm glad that you're here today because I know that in the journey that we call life, oftentimes we're presented with many different opportunities, and sometimes that opportunity is spelled J-O-B. And then we realize, man, I don't like this job. I want something different to do. How on earth can I find a way to create something that brings in cash, but you may be faced with a particular challenge? You're like, I don't have anything. I don't even know what to do. I just know that other people make money doing other things, and I wish I knew something out there that could do so because I am ready to exit. Well, I have with me today someone who would be an expert in helping people understand different ways to create an exit, and more importantly, doing so starting from zero. Yes, zero. That means you have a shot. So hopefully you're ready to pay attention because I have with me one of ClickBank's top 100 affiliates. More importantly, he does this whole thing from the comfort of his home, which I think is cool. But more importantly than that, he's been out there spreading the message on his podcast. So definitely make sure you check it out because the more information you learn on how to build your cash flow and create value, the better off you're going to be. So let's listen to today's entrepreneur, none other than John Lagoudakis. John, you there?
I am. Thanks, Jay, for having me on your show. Appreciate it.
Excellent. And I'm glad that you are here. So I've got a question for you. It's the same question I tend to ask everybody the first time that they're here. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready, Jay.
Okay. So here it is. I tend to look at today's entrepreneurs a lot like yesterday's superheroes, you know, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, etc. And I think entrepreneurs and superheroes have a ton of things in common. Chief among them is that occasionally we as entrepreneurs, and we might even get dressed up and think we're wearing a cape, but most importantly, we share our skills and abilities with others so that their lives can get better. I mean, I think that's central to what it is that we do. Now, also, like superheroes, entrepreneurs have a beginning. And, you know, if you just think about Spider-Man, for example, what ends up happening is that you've got a guy who was just going to school, taking some photos for the newspaper, trying to make it through life, gets bit by a spider, then boom, Spider-Man. And I think our journeys are very similar. But where we are today isn't where we were, or maybe even where we even envisioned we would be. So my question to you is, before being featured and having a New York Times bestseller, before being able to, you know, actually tell people how they could start an internet business, you know, without spending a penny, before your own podcast, before doing all of these things online, what we want to know is, who is John Lagoudakis?
Yeah, great question, Jay. John Lagoudakis is not your typical entrepreneur. You know, I know, Jay, you've interviewed a lot of people. I have, and usually with entrepreneurs, they start from a young age. You know, from the age of 2, they had lemonade stands. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not that early.
While they were still in the womb, they were. Yeah. I get it.
Exactly. But I definitely wasn't that type of person. I know my father. He always had his own businesses, but I don't think out of choice. He moved from Greece to Australia at a very young age, 16, and he came by himself on the ship. And so he was forced, because of his limited education, was forced to to start his own business. Myself, I grew up in the education system here in Australia. I did quite well at school, and I sort of I was part of the system. You know, the system teaches you to do well in tests and to go to university and to get a good education and then get a steady job. And so I was, you know, and that's how I grew up, and that's the way I was heading. However, and in my early 30s, very early 30s, around 30, I had at that point one child already, another one on the way. And I wanted to be there more to support my wife because we had moved to a city that was away from 12 hours drive away from my family. My wife's family was all overseas. So we were pretty much all by ourselves. And so you can imagine my wife struggling, without having a support system. And that's what led me to starting my own first business. And at that time I was in IT. So I was a systems administrator for a medium-sized company, taking care of their servers and all that kind of thing. And I thought, you know what, I'll start my own computer support business, supporting mainly small to medium-sized businesses that didn't have their own IT stuff. So I started doing that, and that was good. That gave me more flexibility. So I was able to be home more and help out more and spend more time with my kids. But even that was a bit limiting too, because I was out a lot. It was a stressful job because every time I got a phone call, it was from a client that had something wrong. One of their computers had crashed. So I'd always have to drop everything. You know, usually had to go out really quickly to that client. So anyway, one day I read a book and it changed everything for me. It was Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, and for me, it was a massive life changer because I realized, hey, I was in one of the quadrants. He's got different quadrants. As an employee. I was away from that. I was a small business owner. And small business owner, it's actually can be worse than employee because you're sort of wearing all hats, and it's just great. You're doing so many hours when not just the work you have to do, but all the paperwork and all that kind of thing. So I realized I needed to create businesses that were bringing me in passive income. So I wasn't exchanging my time for money. And one of the things he recommends to get started is just join a network marketing business. That's a good place to get started because you don't need to have your own product. You can create passive income that way. And my brother was always involved in network marketing businesses, so I had to look into the company he was involved with at the time, and I really liked the product, so I started there. And the first thing you do is talk to everyone that you know, your family and friends around you. And you realize real fast that it's not enjoyable. No one enjoys doing that. No one likes rejection. Family and friends don't like to be approached, about network marketing opportunities. But look, I did have some success anyway with my immediate connections. But then I went online. I thought, I'll find people that are interested in network marketing online. So this was around 2006. I hopped online, and I was having some success there too. But while I was doing this is where I came across affiliate marketing. It was everywhere. I was seeing it advertised everywhere. And basically what that is, for those that might not have heard of affiliate marketing before, it's where you promote someone else's product and you earn a commission for any sales that you make. And when you're promoting digital products like ebooks or membership sites, software, you can earn anywhere between 50 to 75% commission yourself. So that's a lot of commission. And I gave it a go. And for about a year there, I didn't really have any success with it. But eventually I did stumble across a strategy that worked. I had immediate success with that strategy. Like I literally spent $1 on Google Ads and I made $2 commission. So it was a 100% return on investment immediately. And so that excited me. Yes, it was only $1 profit, but I realized, hey, I created one campaign and made profit immediately. I'm just going to go all out and make as many campaigns as possible. And so I set myself a goal. I wanted to do it by my birthday later on that year, which was around 6 months away, I think at the time, maybe 5 months away. So I set my goal, went to work, and eventually I didn't make it by my birthday. I made it about 2 or 3 months later than that. So by January 2008, I was at the point where I was comfortable calling my IT clients and saying, sorry guys, I'm not going to come in and fix your computers anymore. I've got a different business now. And since then, so for the past 9 years now, I've been making a full-time income from home with my online businesses.
Nice. Totally love that journey, and I get it. Totally understood. And what I hope everybody sees is that. So let me ask, if I was to talk to the John who was the sysadmin for the medium to small size businesses, would that John be the same John that I'm talking to today?
Oh, no. Look, very, very, very different. Yes, having your own business and online business, and it changes you. It really does, because there's so many times you have to get out of your comfort zone. There's so many. There's not a lot of safety nets, so you have to take.
Hold on, John. That's an understatement. Not a lot of safety nets. Have you found any? Have you found?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really. Not really. You don't have any, and so you're forced. It's interesting, Jay, because, and I've thought about this a lot. I really wish everyone would take the chance of having your own business, and because when you're pushed into a corner where basically the outcome of you having food on the table, and especially when you're providing for a family, it's not, especially when you're not even single, when you've got a wife and kids, and you're forced to come up with an income based on your own efforts solely, it makes you come up with amazing things. And no one likes to be forced to do that, but when you do make yourself go through that, the growth and the achievements that you can have, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that for a second, because there's a number of people right now, and someone in the back of their head, John, here's what they said. Well, I don't want to be in that position. I want a safe, secure, guaranteed paycheck. What would you say to that person right now? I heard the chuckle.
Yeah. Well, that might have been the case years ago, but definitely not today. There is no safe, guaranteed paycheck. And developing the skills of creating your own business is the best guarantee, because when you've done that, then you can pretty much create the income that you want, and also create multiple businesses so that you do have that safety, that if one business doesn't work out, you've got the other business bringing income for you. But if you've got a job, that's your only source of income, then so many people that I know of, they're stressed out because of the fact that they have a job. And when things don't work out, when they get laid off, then, they're not in a good place.
Totally understood. Now, explain to us for a little bit, when you say, having multiple businesses, that could sound foreign to some people. What does that mean in your world?
Okay, so in the online world, for example, there's so many different ways to make money online. So you can have a business, for example, where you have a following, you could be an email list, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be a Facebook following, that you're monetizing it through your own products and services like training or consulting, or it could be through affiliate offers, you're promoting other people's products. So that could be one income stream that's coming in and giving you a full-time income. And you can have it also at the same time running a business on Amazon, selling products on Amazon, or what we call Amazon FBA, or fulfillment by Amazon, where you're sourcing products, let's say from China, from Alibaba.com, and you're selling them on Amazon's website. And that could be an income stream, a full-time income stream. So there's two income streams. And if either one of those doesn't work out for whatever reason, because look, things always change. When I started out online back in 2006, 2007, there was Facebook. No one was talking about Facebook. So, and now it dominates the space. So, before that, before Google came on the scene, for example, it was all Alta Vista and Yahoo, and then Google came and totally changed everything. So things change over time, but you can, yes, if you've got at least two, you have multiple streams of income. And again, so if the environment changes, you've got that income coming in, and you can always adapt to. The principles of online business do stay the same. So even if things do change, you can adapt very quickly if you understand the principles. It's not, again, it's less risky than relying on one income, i.e. a job, and you're able to free up your time.
Totally understood. Now, there's a couple of things I want to highlight about what you just said. You do realize that between you and I, there's probably only 3 other people who remember Alta Vista, right? It seems so long ago in internet time. But here's the real thing. You mentioned something very, very casually that I think a lot of people are totally afraid of. You said, if it doesn't work out, because things always change. And you said that it just doesn't work out. What's the big deal? Things always change. But yet that's the number one question for a lot of people is, okay, if I get started online, what if it doesn't work out? I mean, what do I do? All these types of things. Can you expound specifically on why you were able to, at this stage in your career, just go, if it doesn't work out, it's no big deal? Because that's basically how you said it.
Yeah, you from the outset, everyone should realize that you're not going to have success immediately. It's not going to happen for you. Anyone that tries to tell you otherwise is taking you for a bit of a ride. So for myself, when I started out in 2006, it took me about a year before I found a method that worked. And part of the reason why you're not going to have a smooth ride, there's 2 reasons. One reason is, especially with online businesses, there's just too much information out there. And there's a lot of people trying to get people's attention and give information that actually aren't making money online. It's the old fake it till you make it sort of thing. So there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of hype out there. Mm-hmm. Another reason why you're going to struggle and it's not going to be a smooth ride is because that's just the nature of having success. It's like when you're born and you're young and then you get to the stage where it's time to learn how to walk, you don't just get up and start walking. You're gonna fall down. It's gonna take a while for you to really walk properly, and then after that, later after you've learned to walk for a while, then you start learning how to run and speak, and it's like learning how to drive. You don't just hop into a car and start driving. It doesn't work that way. It's the same with a business, with an online business. So if you have an expectation coming in that you're going to have success within a few weeks, a few months, in even a year, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So knowing that from the beginning, it takes a lot of the pressure off too, though, that it takes time. So you got to give yourself the time to really understand not just online business. This is any business, by the way, whether it's an offline or an online business. The reason why I encourage people to go into online business, and a lot of the reasons people go into an online business is because there is less risk. Having an online business, you don't have to have the massive capital involved with a traditional brick and mortar business. You don't have to lease or buy a store and fit it out and have staff and pay rent and all that other stuff. It's crazy, phenomenal, the amount of risk that's involved in the traditional brick and mortar business. So having an online business is awesome. There's less risk, but it doesn't mean that it's easier than any other business. It's not. So you should give yourself the time to learn, understand business and online businesses and how they work, and build your business. And don't expect to be making a lot of money quickly. You give yourself time to understand it, build it up, and just build it up gradually.
You know, what I find interesting about what you just said, first of all, the concept of there being less risk doesn't necessarily make it easier. I think that's golden. What's really interesting, though, is how many times I've heard new entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs say something to the effect of, okay, I'm going to try this for 60 days, and if it works, then great. If not, then I guess it wasn't. I see you've heard this too.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what, Jay, and I've sort of mentioned this earlier, not only do people set themselves up for failure with that kind of expectation, but also they're trying multiple things at the same time. So they're trying, for example, they might be trying Amazon FBA, and they're trying to build a list, and they're trying to make money with AdSense, and and it's crazy. and because it's this shiny object syndrome, and it's not just their fault for doing that. Again, it's the industry, because if you're on several people's email lists, you're constantly getting bombarded with all these product launches. There's literally, and I'm not joking here, there's literally a new internet marketing / make money online product being launched every single day, more than one a day. So, again, if you're on email lists and you're getting bombarded with all these new product launches, all these products are promising this and that, you're gone. You don't have a chance.
Totally understood. And there can be an overabundance of information. So how does one know what to choose, what to listen, what to follow, what to do, man?
Yeah, great question. So what I tell people is, look, it's okay to investigate and have a look at all the different products out there and strategies. But what you have to do is find one that clicks with you, something that makes sense to you. And once you have found a method or a strategy that you feel is suited to you and you want to do, and what I mean by that is this. For example, the Amazon FBA opportunity, selling physical products on Amazon, is suited to people that don't want to be in the forefront, like you and me, Jay. So we're out there, we're doing podcasts, we're creating content. People that don't want to do that for whatever reason, they're just not social animals, or they don't want their face plastered everywhere. They don't want to be making videos. Something like that might be suited because it's not about you; it's about the product, and you can safely create a business in the background. No one knows who you are. But someone that wants to take like someone that's really passionate about something and wants to make a difference and an impact, they should be ones that doing podcasts or creating an email list and having their own training and coaching and so forth. And so they would go the digital product route most probably in training and consulting. So you find what your personality is, a strategy that sort of makes sense to you that you want to do to monetize a business online. And then what you do once you've found that strategy, you find someone that is having success, the type of success you want to have, that has a training program, mentoring program, join it and follow it implicitly. Do not deviate, because don't reinvent the wheel and think you can do it better. Okay.
Wait, I need
make sure you have success.
Yeah. Hold on one second there, John. You know that this what you just said right there. I need you to repeat that, because see, somebody they were washing dishes, or they're on the treadmill and tripped. I don't know, but they might not have heard what you just said, and that was so key. I need you to say it again. This is also code for those of you listening. Write it down. Okay.
Yeah, great. So again, so when you found the strategy that makes sense to you and that you want to do to create an online business, you find a mentor that is achieving the success that you want to achieve, one that is offering a training program, mentoring program, and join it and follow it to the T, and do not deviate. Follow it until you have success. Do not do anything else. And you will. If you follow it to the T, there's no reason why you can't have the same success. And you saved yourself a lot of heartache, and you'll do. That's the way to go anyway. That's what
Got it. So then let's talk about the strategies or ways of generating income that you've chosen, that you've found that work for you. What would you say, like, this is the thing that where you found your first success, or this is where you go, man, this particular strategy online is the one that I love the most? What would you say to that?
You know what's interesting is that in the process of awakening to opportunity, it can feel, overwhelming, because it's everywhere. I mean, if you're not paying attention, you don't know. But once you begin to become sensitized to the opportunities in a marketplace, you can't help but see them all the time. Would you realize that that's actually one of the biggest challenges facing you? Yes, you, the one wanting to grow your business or start a business. That's one of the biggest challenges you're facing, is that everywhere you begin to turn, you see opportunity, and you're like, how can I choose which one is best? And the most important thing I can ever say to you is just start. Start something, start somewhere. Many of you may know that one of the things that we've been doing recently is focusing a lot on short-term rentals. And yes, we're talking about figuring out how to leverage platforms like HomeAway, VRBO, yes, the Airbnbs of the world, and build your real estate portfolio leveraging these platforms. And if you want to know more about that, just go over to cashflowdiary.com/coming soon. Again, that's cashflowdiary.com/coming soon. We are going to be releasing some information for you guys that I think you're going to want to know. So this will put you on the list. In the meantime, let's get back to see how John does it.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a bit of an idea of how my journey's been, because it has changed, the way I've been making money online. So the first way, again, that worked for me, that got me excited, was making commissions immediately using Google AdWords. This is around 2007. So I was using Google AdWords to promote other people's products, to promote digital products and ClickBank products mainly. So I would put an ad up in Google AdWords, send traffic straight to a sales page, someone else's sales page, and if the person bought, I'd make a commission. Now, the problem with that strategy is that I'm not building my own business. I'm just helping someone to, yes, I'm making commissions, but as soon as the traffic stops, and it did, and here's the issue, I did that successfully for about 2 years, and I became a top 100 ClickBank affiliate. However, Google AdWords changed their AdWords policies, and they decided they didn't want ClickBank affiliates promoting using Google AdWords anymore. And the reason for that was there was a few affiliates out there that were doing the wrong thing. And that's, you got to understand, with affiliates, it's not their products they're promoting, so they don't really care. And sometimes they make misleading and false claims, and Google was getting sick of it. And they said, you know what, we don't know who the good and bad affiliates are, so forget it. The revenue they make for us is minimal. They're causing us a lot of headaches. We're just going to take all of them out. And I was one of those, unfortunately, that took out one of the good guys. I tried to get my account reinstated. You know, it was terrible. This is what happened. One day I wake up, and because I'm in Australia, most of my sales in the US, they happen while I'm sleeping. So when I wake up in the morning, I used to wake up and I have a look at my ClickBank account. It's all these sales. I'm thinking, wow, this is awesome. You know, I was feeling on top of the world. Well, one day I woke up and there was no sales in my ClickBank account, which it never, hardly ever happened, because
what?
I was promoting, I was promoting at minimum 400 individual ClickBank products with Google AdWords. And these AdWords account that I set up, you got to realize too, they took me hundreds of hours to tweak and get them profitable.
Right.
Separate from the bad. Anyway, one day I wake up, there's no ClickBank sales, so I'm a bit concerned. I log into my Google AdWords account, there's no activity. Now I'm really worried. Then I look in my inbox and there's an email from Google saying, "Hey, hello John, we've indefinitely suspended your Google AdWords account." And I was not happy. It was gut wrenching. It was the worst thing ever. 90% of my income gone overnight. Yes, and the reason why only 90%, because I was duplicating it on Yahoo Search, which was around in those days, and Bing. So I was getting some sales from there. Majority through Google. So so the lesson I learned right there was you need to have more control of your business. You can't rely mainly on one traffic source. In other words, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. So what I did differently, and I already started to put this into place before that D-Day. I started to build it.
D-Day, you know, I like it.
Yeah. I started to build an email list, because with an email list, you actually have a business, and you have more control. So, because with a list, you can develop a relationship with them, you can promote products to them ongoing, not just once. When I send traffic straight from a Google ad to a sales page, I have no control over that person. I'll never see and interact with that person ever again. But if I'm driving traffic to a landing page, offering something free of value, building a list and building a relationship, and then sending them to affiliate offers, I can make money that way, the same type of money I'm making rather than sending them straight to a sales page. And I get to keep that person on my list and communicate with that person and make sales in the future with other good products that I can offer, whether they be my own in the future or someone else's product. So that's what I started doing. I didn't have a Google AdWords account, so I started doing a lot of free traffic generation. And what I did was YouTube. So this is in 2008. I started already in 2008, and especially in 2009 onwards, I started creating a lot of videos I was putting on YouTube, a lot of how-to videos, very short ones, like how to open a ClickBank account or how to choose a great ClickBank product. All those kind of things that would interest people that wanted to make money online, internet marketers, and my niche, basically, my niche. And so I did that, and I was getting a lot of traffic, getting a lot of opt-ins. I was using other free methods too, which don't work today, so I won't spend a lot of time talking about those because, again, the environment changes. But basically, for a long time there, I was just using free traffic generation methods to build my list, and I was selling my own products. I was selling affiliate offers. Because I'd been in the industry for a few years by that stage, I created my first product, and I knew what people wanted, and that's important to understand. That's an important tip right there for people. I recommend typically when you start an online business, don't spend a lot of time, especially when you're first starting out, creating your own product. First of all, it takes a long time to create your own product, and the second thing is, it's good to know first of all what people really want. Don't go I've seen so many people come along, they spend a lot of time creating a website, creating a funnel and a product, and then they realize, hey, people don't want that, or it doesn't sell, and so there's a lot of time wasted. So through whatever way you can, really get to know what people want, and there's different ways you can do that.
Well, not only do they spend what I just wanted to add something before you continue is that not only have I seen what you just said, they spend so much time not only trying to create that product, but making it perfect before they actually find out if it's any good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you think about, you look at computers today, companies like Intel, AMD, for example, they don't wait till they have the perfect process. So they just ship them out. They're constantly innovating and creating new ones, but they're selling at the same time. And that's what we should be doing, just getting get your products out there on the market. That's right. Don't be a perfectionist. So again, I did that for a long time. And then what happened was I was then offered someone that I knew very well. He had started a new business. He needed a business partner, someone that can take care of the online stuff, take care of the website and lead generation. So I joined him in his business for a few years, and that ended not long ago. And so I thought, look, what am I going to do next? And I thought, well, where I can offer the most value right now is helping people start and build their own online business. So especially people that have a business, but they need help getting more online exposure, getting better conversion rates, building a list, all that kind of stuff. So I'm taking my website skills and my email marketing skills and my social media skills and copywriting skills and all those skills and traffic generation. And so I've started pretty much like a digital marketing agency where I help people with their online business. So that's what I do today.
I like it. I like it a lot. But let me ask you this question. Do you? Yeah, I mean, because I'm sure you get it. When you transform like that to helping other people, the product, the service, the whatever you call it changes a little bit. Do you ever miss we'll call it lower responsibility of just sending out somebody else's product and moving on?
Yeah. It's interesting, Jay. It depends on your personality too. Like myself, I really enjoy, first of all, helping people. Like all along that journey, that whole journey that I'm talking about. At the same time, while I was having these kind of successes in all these areas, I was actually teaching people how to do exactly what I was doing. So I've always done that. I've always been out there training and teaching and helping people. So I enjoy that. The reason why, again, I thought to myself, where can I provide the most value? Because when you create a business around where you provide the most value, that's where you're gonna have more satisfaction personally, and you're gonna make more money anyway. And you're helping a lot of people. What happened was, Jay, over the last few years, I've had people come up to me, and the business owners, people that I've known, and they've told me like, so many horror stories I heard. Like they're hiring an SEO company for $560 a month, and I look at what the SEO company is doing for them, and I know they're doing nothing for them. I could see that they may be spending a little bit of time creating some backlinks, but really there's no value in it. The SEO company is literally spending maybe $40 a month and charging $560, and they're getting no results. This business is they know they're not getting any traffic because of the SEO efforts, and that happens a lot. I know people that spend more that kind of money, and it's not just the SEO companies. I see people spending money on websites that maybe look really nice, but they're not getting direct response. They're not getting people to call them because it's not set up properly for it, or they're not building an email list. But they're getting charged thousands and thousands of dollars for these pretty much crappy websites. So I thought, you know what, I needed to disrupt the industry in a way. So create a digital marketing agency that offers massive value, doesn't charge an arm and a leg, and does stuff that actually gets results done. Because it's like taking your car to a mechanic. If you don't know anything about cars, and you never used a mechanic before, and you don't know anything about them, you really do hope and pray you don't get ripped off. And unfortunately, that's what's happening in the digital marketing space. So I thought, look, I'm going to come along here and again just disrupt the industry and provide awesome value and get people results and help them really have success with their online business.
Well, and I think that's what you just described is a lot of what people are afraid of. I mean, they're afraid of getting taken, but not knowing it until after their 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever is gone. So you speak a lot about how to do this using no money. I think we're all ears.
Yeah. So definitely. So I created, I wrote a book a few years ago called No Money Down Internet Business. And I talked about how you can make money as an affiliate, and it doesn't really have to cost you anything or anything at all, really. Like, for example, you can sign up right now for a ClickBank account. It won't cost you anything. And you've got access literally to tens of thousands of products that you can promote and earn, again, somewhere like 50 to 75% commission. That you can take your unique affiliate link and you can be posting anywhere. For example, you can create a Facebook page around whatever it is topic that you're passionate about, or create a group, start a following, and post stuff like videos. Let's say you're passionate about health or food, healthy food. So you can start a following on YouTube. You can, again, start a Facebook group or a Facebook page. You can have an Instagram following, and you could be posting, doing something simple as taking photos of the food that you're preparing every day that's really healthy, like show pictures of your healthy breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, or even better, do video, because everyone loves video. So make videos of how you're preparing and what food you're preparing. So how you buy your food, how you prepare it, all that kind of stuff. Videos of the meals that you make. And as you're doing this and you're getting a following, then to monetize an easy way to monetize it is just to send people affiliate links. Say, hey, here's the excellent book that I read that helped me understand the importance of cucumbers or whatever it is, and send them an affiliate link. Or here's the food processor that I use, and giving them an Amazon. Use your Amazon affiliate link to the processor that they can purchase on Amazon's website. Stuff like that. With you, if they're following you on YouTube, you can have revenue share with YouTube ads. So you know, when you watch something on YouTube, sometimes there's a video before or there's ads over the top. When you allow YouTube to do that, you can split the revenue that is generated from those ads. There's some people that make. There's one particular lady that I can think of a few years ago, just a couple of years ago, who made $5 million just from YouTube.
Wow.
Just from the YouTube ads. And you know what she did? All she did was play with kids' toys. She made videos playing with kids, for kids, playing with kids' toys. All you see is her hands. And she does the voiceover. She's playing with the toys, introducing new toys and having fun with them. Again, aimed at kids. I don't know if you've noticed this, Jay. Or I'm not sure if you have kids, or you know a lot of people that do have kids, but they love to hang out on YouTube. And they'll watch videos, especially the really young kids, the toddlers. They'll watch videos these kind of videos, and a lot people have caught on to it now, and a lot of people are doing it, and they're very popular. These videos get tens of millions, hundreds of millions of views. So this lady again made $5 million just through YouTube, and that was it. These videos. So there's lots of ways to make money online that doesn't have to cost you a cent.
Yeah, I got it. And my son watches that. Well, he prefers the ones with dominoes. I guess there's one person doing it with dominoes, and there's some doing it with some of the other characters he watches on TV. So I am overly familiar with the toy ones that you just mentioned because I hear them on their iPad all the time. So let's ask this question. For the people who are listening, right, there's probably a person or two who's like, man, well, is it too late for me, John? What do I do? I mean, it sounds like what you're talking about, it sounds like all the great stuff is already started. I don't know how to do video. I mean, is it too late for them? What's working now that someone today could do?
Yeah, it is a valid fear that people might have that, it's saturated with people already doing these kind of things and I'm not going to make money. But that is definitely not true. Anyone can get started anytime and have success. Again, don't expect to have success immediately. You'll set yourself up for disappointment. But definitely, anyone can start anytime at any point in time and have success. And I mentioned some examples before. Like, let's talk about Google, for example. When Google came on the scene, it was dominated by Yahoo. Yahoo was massive everywhere, and everyone's using Yahoo. So who is Google to come? Why would Google come along if everyone's already using Yahoo and they're doing search? But they did. And now when it comes to search, no one uses Yahoo for search. Nobody. So, and I can give other examples, like Facebook, for example. Before it came on the scene, it was MySpace. Right, so everyone's
this is
using
in that same category of Alta Vista, things that people don't remember. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. No one uses MySpace. Nobody uses MySpace. So and so you can come in at any time. It doesn't matter if someone has come along and dominated the space. You don't have to dominate. To have a lot of success, you only have to take a small chunk of the market. And the way you can have success, and anyone can have success, is to really connect and provide value. It's those two things. Look for ways to get in front of your audience and just provide the best value content possible. And there's no reason why you can't have success.
Totally understood and agreed. I remember being shocked at how many people, when we started promoting things on Facebook, it was like, wow, are there really that many unique people every day that we're in front of? I mean, that's just, it's staggering to imagine. But at the same time, that's also the great thing is you don't need to be in front of 12 billion people a day or 12 million people a day. You could if you really want to do it, but you don't have to be in order to make a difference in your own personal life. So I know for a fact, John, that there's a number of people who have listened this far and they're thinking to themselves, I like what John is saying. And they're going, man, I would love to figure out what my next step is. So what's going to be the best way for them to follow up with you, find out more about what you got going on, and maybe see if this is the thing that they want to do?
Yeah. Thanks, Jay. The best place to go is my website. It's johnlagoudakis.com, and I'll spell that. It's not easy
yes,
to figure out by yourself. Yes, yeah. So it's JOHNLAGOUDAKIS.com. And if you come to my website, I've got a lot of great resources. I've got free reports about how I generate traffic, all the tools that I use in my business. There's my contact details there, so you can contact me. And especially if you want to discuss the best option for you to get started online, I'm happy to talk to you about that. You can fill in the contact form on my website. I even have my phone number on the website. Feel free to give me a call. Also, if you're a business owner, that wants advice about how to get more exposure for your business online, how to get better conversion rates for existing traffic, you definitely talk to me as well.
Excellent. Totally appreciate that opportunity, and hopefully I know that somebody's going to move forward because they need to. But I have a final question for you, if you will. Let's pretend for a moment, that there's someone who's standing in front of what I would call the superhero outfit store. They think they want to be this entrepreneur. They think they have a plan of attack that they want to go out there with and make things happen. However, in the back of their head, John, they have that voice. And I know you know that voice because you've done battle with that voice. It rears its ugly head anytime we try to be more than we currently are, and occasionally says things to us like, who are you? Who on earth is going to buy anything from you ever, online or offline? What is wrong with you? And for some people, they're even related to that voice. So my question to you is as follows. If that person was, sitting in front of you, standing in front of you, but also had already made the commitment that they would follow through, that they would actually do what you would suggest, and they would do so in the next 24 to 48 hours, what would you say to that person that would be that important that they would get done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great question, Jay. And you're right. I meet a lot of those type of people. And what I always say to people is that I have a 15-minute day rule. And here's how it goes. You need to spend at least, you only have to spend 15 minutes a day. And the reason why I say that, because if you're at the bottom of a mountain and you're looking at the top of that mountain thinking, I've got to get to the top, it's very daunting. But if you don't worry about looking at the top of the mountain and you just say, I'm just going to go for a little walk, or I'm just going to take a few steps. If you do that and you start walking, eventually you're going to get to the top, right? But it's just getting started. It's actually starting the journey that is the hardest. So what I tell people is you only have to, but you need to make this commitment, 15 minutes a day. You have to spend 15 minutes a day on your business. So, because 15 minutes a day, because time is usually another reason too. People say, I don't have enough time. That's another, besides the fear of, can I do it? It's, I don't have enough time. So what I say, do you have 15 minutes? Everyone has 15 minutes, right? So I say you spend 15 minutes a day, and that is it. That's all you have to. And usually, again, getting started is the hardest. So if you do spend that 15 minutes a day, it can easily turn into half an hour, 1 hour, 3 hours, whatever. But if you say to yourself, all right, if you make that commitment that you're going to spend 15 minutes a day and do something. So, for example, if your goal is to set up a website, your first day, 15 minutes is choosing your domain name. And that might be it for the first day. It's just doing research and finding a cool available domain name. So that's your first day. The second day, it might be, okay, I need to register that domain name. So they might be doing a bit of research on the second day, finding a good domain registrar. Where's the best place to register it? And that could be it. And then the third day, it's right, all right, I've got it registered, so I need a web hosting company, all right, do a bit of research. So you can see, so things are happening, and you're only spending 15 minutes a day, and that's it. But you'll be amazed what you can do with just 15 minutes a day. So that's what I say to the people that are starting out. I say, if you don't worry about whether you can do it or not, you can do it. That is not it. It's actually taking action. And for those people that say they don't have enough time, they don't know how to do whatever, just take it one step at a time, 15 minutes a day, and you will have success.
Yeah, totally understood. I like it. You break it down into small little pieces. Sir, I definitely appreciate the time that you've given us, the insights, the knowledge, as well as the wisdom. And thank you for sharing it here with us at the Cashflow Diary.
Thanks, Jay. It's been a great pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for you to move at the speed of instruction. What does that mean? That means get started. That means move into the direction. That means carve out those 15 minutes and go over to, johnlagoudakis.com. Why? Because today is the day for you to get started. Today is that someday that you've been looking for, right? So go make it happen. It's been fun talking to you guys today. I look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time.